So, hello, and welcome to another Today's Decay, where we celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time. August 26th edition, all day. And whatever happened today? Well, in 1880, Guillaume Apollinaire was born, who was a early 20th century poet and author who I guess is, in my opinion, utterly forgotten. This is not somebody that I learned about in school. I mean, all I learned about in school was self-taught about the cramps and the meteors, really. So maybe I was just in the wrong class. But Guillaume Apollinaire may have very well been like the inspiration for the Dadaists and Futurism and Cubism and like all the World War I era and just afterwards, the philosophy behind their art movements. A poet who basically died of World War I injuries just before World War I ended. And that is totally fascinating to me. Like, what an inspiration and a legacy to have birthed, and he's a name and just a individual that frankly I was unaware of. So there you go, 1880, quite cool. Krakatoa erupted today in 1883 in Indonesia. It was an island that, when it was finally done doing its thing, basically had obliterated the island. A enormous volcano. I think it is absolutely fascinating how powerful nature is, the universe is. We feel like we're so secure in ourselves in there will never be such a calamity. We're never going to get hit by another meteor. I should keep paying rent. Where we are sitting on a powder keg that could blow at any minute, from countless different reasons. And Krakatoa was such a forceful explosion that, I mean, there's a whole long list of the staggering effects it had, but it apparently affected the color of sunsets. Remember, it was in Indonesia. It affected the color of sunsets in Europe for the next 3 years. It had released that much debris into the atmosphere. What else? Possibly inspired the Scream, Van Gogh's The Scream. It's nature is so powerful, and I think the human experience is so limited in acknowledging that and realizing it and internalizing it. Otherwise, we would just go mad. Yeah. What else? The film Drjatskov premiered today, 1920. Totally fascinating. Everybody knows and loves F.W. Murnau's Nosferatu with Max Schreck. But in the same year, or just a year later, right? Something like that. A year before, a year after, I forget exactly. He made another, and Nosferatu was obviously a rendition of Bram Stoker's Dracula, the novel of which Bram Stoker's widow was still alive at that point. Bram was not, and although perhaps undead, and she successfully sued him to have all prints of Nosferatu destroyed because he didn't pay for the rights, or UFA Studios didn't pay for the rights to option the novel Dracula for the film. Thankfully, some of those prints were not destroyed, and we get to enjoy it for generations afterwards. That's not the case for F.W. Murnau's film Drjatskov, which translates to the double face, which was his version of Robert Louis Stevenson's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which he also didn't pay for the rights to use his story. for Robert Louis Stevenson's whoever was running his estate was successful in suing him and having, or the company, and having all the prints destroyed for Djaniscoff. But this film starred Conrad Veidt a year after he was in a Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Also featured a very young Bela Lugosi in a supporting role. There's like a couple of stills of the film and like some advertising art for it that looks fantastic. But like the world is sorely lacking in what may very well have been an absolute masterpiece of a film. You know, we talk about lost movies and like London After Midnight being the most sought after, but can you imagine if like Djaniscoff somehow reemerged? Yeah, very exciting stuff to consider. And last but certainly not least, 1944, Moe Tucker of the Velvet Underground was born. I was thinking about doing this at some various New York City Velvet Underground related places, like where Cafe Bazaar was located, or where they lived early on and were writing some of their songs, because right by where the cast is today, right on the corner from there, is the apartment building that Lou Reed and John Cale lived in, where they apparently wrote most of their songs, at least early songs, together. But no, we're just here at the house, enjoying record night. Until the world explodes. Till tomorrow. Goodbye.